A map lay open before me, crisscrossed with lines of every color. Each line represented a different route, a different adventure. My finger traced a path from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific, a journey across the vast expanse of Canada. The idea had been brewing for months, a whisper in the back of my mind. Now, it was about to become a reality. This wasn't just a road trip. It was a pilgrimage to the heart of my home country. My journey began on the East Coast, in the heart of old-world charm and modern vibrancy. The air buzzed with a different energy here, a blend of history and progress. The scent of fresh bagels wafted from local shops in Montreal, tempting me with their warm, doughy goodness. Cobblestone streets led me past charming cafes and historic buildings, whispering tales of a bygone era. Montreal welcomed me with open arms and the intoxicating aroma of freshly baked croissants. I strolled through the cobblestone streets of old Montreal, each step taking me further back in time. The architecture was a captivating blend of old-world Europe and modern North America. Street musicians serenaded passers-by with lively tunes, their melodies creating a joyful rhythm to the city's pulse. I climbed to the top of Mount Royal, the city sprawling beneath me like a vibrant tapestry. The view was breathtaking, a sea of rooftops punctuated by the majestic St. Lawrence River. Toronto greeted me with a symphony of urban energy. Towering skyscrapers pierced the sky, a testament to the city's ambition and drive. I wandered through the bustling streets, captivated by the dynamic atmosphere. Each neighborhood possessed its own distinct personality, a vibrant thread in the city's multicultural tapestry. With a heart full of memories and a spirit of adventure, I pointed my car west. The urban landscapes of the east gradually gave way to rolling hills and vast farmlands. The sky seemed to expand, stretching out in an endless blue canopy overhead. The air grew quiet, the only sound the hum of my engine and the gentle whisper of the wind. Leaving the bustling cityscapes behind, I ventured into the heart of Canada, where the land stretched out like an endless emerald sea. The prairies, a symphony of subtle beauty, whispering tales of resilience and vastness. Gone were the towering skyscrapers, replaced by boundless horizons that met the sky in a seamless embrace. Winnipeg, the heart of the prairies, welcomed me with a warm embrace. This vibrant city, nestled at the confluence of the Red and Assiniboine rivers, pulsed with a unique energy. Though geographically isolated, Winnipeg was far from quiet. Its streets buzzed with a creative spirit, a blend of Indigenous culture, French heritage, and modern Canadian life. Leaving Winnipeg behind, I delved deeper into the prairies, the landscape stretching out before me like an endless tapestry. The ghosts of history whispered on the wind, tales of pioneers and adventurers who had braved these vast plains in search of a new life. I imagined their wagons rolling across the grasslands, their dreams as boundless as the horizon itself. I stopped at abandoned homesteads, their weathered timbers standing as silent witnesses to the passage of time. Driving deeper into Saskatchewan, the vastness of the prairies truly unfolded before me. Fields of wheat and canola stretched to the horizon, rippling in the wind like golden and emerald oceans. The sky, a boundless dome of blue, seemed to magnify the sense of endless space. Here, in the heartland of Canada, I felt a world away from the bustling cities I had left behind. Saskatchewan unfolded before me like a tranquil dream. The air was filled with the sweet scent of wildflowers, and the only sounds were the gentle hum of my engine and the occasional call of a meadowlark. The landscape, though seemingly monotonous at first glance, possessed a subtle beauty that revealed itself slowly, like a whispered secret. I stopped at Cypress Hills Interprovincial Park, a forested oasis rising unexpectedly from the surrounding plains. One evening, I witnessed a prairie sunset that took my breath away. The sky transformed into a canvas of vibrant colors, hues of orange, pink, purple, and gold, blending seamlessly together. As the sun dipped below the horizon, it cast long shadows across the fields, creating a surreal and magical landscape. I pulled over to the side of the road, mesmerized by the spectacle unfolding before me. The air grew still, as if nature itself was holding its breath in reverence. The only sounds were the gentle chirping of crickets and the distant howl of a coyote. As darkness descended, the stars began to appear, twinkling like diamonds scattered across a velvet cloth. The Milky Way, a river of light, stretched across the sky, reminding me of the vastness of the universe and my own small place within it. I set up camp for the night, feeling a profound sense of peace and solitude. Gazing up at the star-filled sky, I felt a connection to something much greater than myself. The prairies, with their endless horizons and tranquil beauty, had a way of putting life into perspective. The next morning, I woke up feeling refreshed and invigorated, ready to continue my westward journey. The prairie sun, rising in the east, cast a warm glow on the landscape, promising another day of adventure and discovery. As I drove, I reflected on the previous day's sunset, its beauty forever etched in my memory. As I journeyed across the prairies, I felt awe at the vastness and emptiness of this land. The wind carried whispers of the past, stories of hardship and resilience. I stopped at small towns, each with its own unique character and history. Grain elevators stood as silent sentinels, a testament to the agricultural heritage. Abandoned homesteads reminded me of the challenges faced by those who came before. I visited museums to learn about the First Nations peoples and their deep connection to the land. Their art and stories spoke of human creativity and resilience. The Rocky Mountains emerged on the horizon, promising new adventures. The prairies left an indelible mark on my soul. I would carry their stories with me, a reminder of nature's power and the human spirit. The prairies gradually gave way to foothills, their gentle slopes hinting at the towering giants that lay ahead. Anticipation crackled in the air, building with every mile closer to the majestic Canadian Rockies. Gone were the endless horizons, replaced by a sky-piercing panorama of snow-capped peaks, their rugged beauty a stark contrast to the serene plains I'd left behind. The air, once filled with the sweet scent of wildflowers, now carried a crisp, alpine freshness. As I drove, the mountains seemed to grow larger with every passing moment, their presence becoming almost mythical. My first glimpse of the turquoise waters of Moraine Lake, nestled in the Valley of the Ten Peaks, stopped me in my tracks. The water, a shade of blue so vibrant it seemed unreal, shimmered like a jewel beneath the towering, snow-capped peaks. It was a scene straight out of a dream, a testament to the raw, untamed beauty of the Canadian wilderness. As I journeyed deeper into the Rockies, I found myself drawn to one of the most iconic and serene locations in the region, Lake Louise. The drive up to the lake was a winding ascent through dense forests, with glimpses of towering peaks teasing what lay ahead. When I finally emerged from the tree line, the sight before me was nothing short of breathtaking. Lake Louise, with its mirror-like surface, perfectly reflected the surrounding mountains and the striking Victoria Glacier that loomed in the distance. The water, an ethereal shade of turquoise, seemed almost otherworldly, its color a result of fine rock dust suspended in the glacial meltwater. I took a moment to soak in the tranquility, the only sounds being the gentle lapping of water against the shore and the distant call of a loon. The Fairmont Chateau Lake Louise stood majestically at one end of the lake, its grand architecture adding a touch of elegance to the natural splendor. I decided to embark on a short hike along the lakeshore trail, a well-trodden path that hugged the water's edge. Each step brought new perspectives of the lake and its surrounding beauty, the changing angles revealing hidden nuances in the landscape. Halfway along the trail, I paused at a secluded spot where the forest opened up to a small clearing. Here, I sat on a weathered log and watched as a family of ducks paddled serenely across the water. The scene was so peaceful, it felt like time itself had slowed down. In that moment, I understood why Lake Louise was considered a jewel of the Rockies, a place where nature's beauty was on full display, inviting visitors to pause, reflect, and find solace in its pristine embrace. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, casting a golden glow over the lake, I made my way back to the chateau. The day's light softened, creating a magical atmosphere that seemed to whisper secrets of the land's ancient past. Lake Louise was not just a destination, it was an experience, a reminder of the profound beauty that exists in the world and the importance of preserving it for future generations. Banff, a jewel in the wilderness. The charming town of Banff, nestled in the heart of Banff National Park, was my first real taste of Rocky Mountain life. The air buzzed with a unique energy, a blend of adventurous spirit and laid-back mountain charm. Shops overflowed with hiking gear and souvenirs, while restaurants boasted stunning views of the surrounding peaks. Banff was a place where people came to escape the ordinary, to reconnect with nature, and challenge themselves amidst some of the world's most stunning scenery. I rode the Banff gondola to the summit of Sulphur Mountain, the panoramic vista taking my breath away. Spread out below me lay a tapestry of towering peaks, emerald forests, and the turquoise ribbon of the Bow River winding its way through the valley. I felt a sense of exhilaration, as if I were on top of the world. Hikers shared stories of their adventures on the trails, their faces flushed with exertion and excitement. One afternoon, I took a dip in the Banff Upper Hot Springs, the naturally heated mineral water soothing my tired muscles. Steam rose from the pool, creating a mystical atmosphere as I gazed up at the surrounding peaks. The experience was both relaxing and invigorating, a chance to unwind and soak in the healing power of nature. Around me, fellow bathers shared stories of their travels, their voices hushed in reverence for the majestic landscape that surrounded us. Banff was more than just a tourist destination. It was a community of people who had chosen to make this extraordinary landscape their home. I met park rangers, passionate about protecting the area's natural beauty, and shopkeepers who had traded city life for the tranquility of the mountains. Their stories were a testament to the allure of the Rockies, a place where people came to find adventure, solitude, and a deeper connection with themselves and the natural world. Jasper's Untamed Beauty. Leaving Banff behind, I continued north along the Icefields Parkway, often hailed as one of the most scenic drives in the world, and for good reason. Every twist and turn revealed a new postcard-worthy view. Glaciers clinging to mountainsides, waterfalls cascading down sheer rock faces, and turquoise lakes reflecting the sky like fragments of heaven. It was sensory overload in the best possible way. I stopped at every viewpoint, mesmerized by the ever-changing scenery. At Peyto Lake, the water was an almost unbelievable shade of turquoise, its color shifting with the light and the movement of the clouds. I hiked to the lookout point, sharing the trail with fellow nature enthusiasts, our conversations hushed in awe of the surrounding beauty. The air was filled with the scent of pine and damp earth, a symphony of nature's perfume. Jasper National Park, Canada's largest Rocky Mountain park, welcomed me with its rugged charm. Here, the mountains seemed wilder, the forests denser, the wildlife more abundant. I spotted elk grazing in meadows, their antlers like crowns against the backdrop of the soaring peaks. A black bear lumbered across the road in front of me, a reminder that I was a visitor in its domain. I rode the Jasper Skytram, soaring above the tree line to the summit of Whistler's Mountain. The vista was breathtaking, offering 360-degree views of jagged peaks, glaciers, and the Athabasca River winding its way through the valley below. I felt a sense of freedom and exhilaration standing on that mountaintop, the wind whipping at my face. The world stretched out before me, a vast and magnificent tapestry of nature's creation. It was a moment of pure magic, one that would stay with me long after I left the Canadian Rockies behind. Pacific Dreams. The mountains gradually gave way to rolling hills, their slopes covered in a patchwork of forests and farmland. The air grew warmer, carrying the scent of the Pacific Ocean, a salty tang that hinted at the end of my journey. Vancouver, the vibrant metropolis on Canada's west coast, awaited, a city nestled between the ocean and the mountains, a fitting finale to my epic adventure. Driving into Vancouver felt like stepping into a postcard. The city sprawled before me, a tapestry of skyscrapers, parks, and the sparkling waters of the Pacific Ocean. The air buzzed with a unique energy, a blend of urban sophistication and laid-back West Coast vibes. I could feel the pulse of the city, a rhythm that was both exhilarating and calming. I spent my days exploring Vancouver's eclectic neighborhoods, each with its own distinct personality. Granville Island, a bustling market with street performers, artisan shops, and fresh seafood, was a feast for the senses. Stanley Park, a sprawling urban oasis, offered breathtaking views of the city, the ocean, and the majestic North Shore Mountains. I strolled along the seawall, watching sailboats glide across the water, their white sails billowing in the wind. The air was filled with the sounds of seagulls and the laughter of children playing on the beach. The Pacific Ocean, vast and powerful, stretched out before me, a reminder of the journeys yet to come. Reflections from the road. As I stood on the shores of the Pacific Ocean, the setting sun painting the sky in hues of orange, pink, and purple, I couldn't help but reflect on the incredible journey that had brought me to this point. I had traversed the entire width of Canada, from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific, witnessing the country's diverse landscapes, cultures, and people. I had stood on the edge of the continent in Newfoundland, feeling the spray of the Atlantic Ocean on my face. I had wandered through the historic streets of Quebec City, its European charm transporting me back in time. I had felt the energy of Toronto, its bustling streets a testament to Canada's multicultural heart. I had been humbled by the vastness of the prairies, their endless horizons, a reminder of nature's power and my own small place in the world. I had been awestruck by the majesty of the Canadian Rockies, their snow-capped peaks piercing the sky like the teeth of a giant saw. And now, standing on the shores of the Pacific Ocean, I felt a sense of accomplishment, a deep satisfaction that comes from completing a challenging and rewarding journey. But more than just a physical journey, my road trip across Canada had been a journey of self-discovery. I had pushed myself outside of my comfort zone, embraced new experiences, and connected with people from all walks of life. I had gained a deeper appreciation for the beauty and diversity of my home country, and a renewed sense of gratitude for the freedom and opportunities that come with being Canadian. As I looked out at the endless horizon, I knew that this was just the beginning of my adventures. The open road beckoned, and I was eager to answer its call.